You're good to go?
Like, I collect them, even if I don't come.
You're good. She's ready.
We're good. The time is 6:06 on May 23rd, 2024. The annual meeting of the Vernon Hills Park District Board of Commissioners is called to order. Will those present please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The first item on this agenda this evening is the omnibus vote agenda. Items under the omnibus vote agenda are considered routine and or non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If a separate vote on any one item is desired, it will be pulled from the omnibus vote and voted on separately. Items included in the omnibus vote agenda for this evening are the minutes of the regular board meeting dated April 25th, 2024, minutes of the Decennial Committee on Local Government Efficiency meeting dated April 25th, 2024, minutes of the special board meeting dated May 4, 2024, payables and payroll through May 23rd, 2024 in the amount of $1,277,521.77. Can I have a motion to approve the omnibus?
Mr. President, just before you take a motion, we need to do a roll call for the entire board at the beginning.
I'm sorry, I skipped the roll call, didn't I? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Geraldo.
Here.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Here.
Commissioner Robbins.
Here.
Vice President Senti.
Here.
President Dorhofer.
Here. Sorry about that. I'm so used to doing roll call before the pledge. That being said, we're doing the omnibus vote agenda, and you know what's on it, so can I have a motion to approve the omnibus vote agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins.
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Vice President Senti.
Yes.
President Dorhofer.
Yes. Superintendent Mitchell, are there any changes to the financial reports for the period ending April 30th, 2024?
Changes, thank you.
Thank you. At this time, the board would like to hear remarks from the public. Seeing as there's no one who's decided to join us for this evening, we will move to staff reports. If we could call to the podium, Finance and HR Superintendent Jessica Mitchell. Jessica?
Good evening. In April, the district did not receive any property tax revenue, so through April, the district had received $6,014,776, or 99.3% of the 2022 adjusted tax extension. As of April 30th, the district has $9,214,790 in cash and investments. $5,713,000 is invested in 26 certificates of deposit and treasury bills with various maturing dates over the next 60 months, and $3,501,000 is available for cash flow purposes. All excess cash is invested in Fifth Third Bank Money Market Fund at 4.49%, or a money market fund with investment brokers. As certificates and treasury bills mature in the months ahead, some of the funds will be reinvested and some will be left in the broker money market fund as capital expenses will be due soon. Last month in April, capital expenditures were $402,000. Expenses included $32,000 for engineering services at Hartman Park, $26,000 was spent on truck equipment, $14,000 spent at Sullivan Community Center on the water heater, and $329,000 was spent on the Turtle Creek Water Park improvements. The Budget and Appropriation Ordinance 4-24 will be up for adoption today. The fiscal 24-25 budget has been displayed at the Sullivan Center and on the Planning and Financing page of the district's website. If approved, I will file the ordinance with Lake County right away. The Vernon Hills Park District Annual Comprehensive Financial Report for the year ending May 31st, 2023 was awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting by Government Finance Officer Association of the United States, also known as GFOA. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition for excellence in the state and local government financial reporting. In order to be awarded a Certificate of Achievement, the government must publish an easily readable and efficiently organized annual comprehensive financial report. This report must satisfy both generally accepted accounting principles and applicable legal requirements. The district is beginning to prepare for our district's audit for fiscal year 23-24. Representatives from Lauterbach and Amen will be on location for the preliminary fieldwork on June 27th here at the Sullivan Community Center. The district did not receive, or did not acquire any unemployment fees for the first quarter of 2024. And to move on to human resources, I just wanted to share that our summer seasonal positions are almost fully occupied, so we're very excited about that. That goes with a lot of effort and work by the supervisors to be able to fill those positions. Some exceptions include openings in camp hires. Also at Turtle Creek Water Park, there's still a need for lifeguards. Other part-time positions that have openings include Lakeview customer service representative, preschool teachers, sub-dance instructors, and early childhood instructors. For anyone interested, they can apply for the specific open positions on the district's website. The district recently hired 2 part-time childcare teachers, which will be a significant help to that department. Additionally, a new personal trainer at Lakeview Fitness. And the district does welcome all of these new part-time and seasonal employees and wish them a good summer ahead. That concludes my report unless there are any questions.
Any questions for Jessica? Commissioner Sente?
I found the PATH presentation interesting. I called Jeff, so I asked a few questions about that. But I guess I just wanted to communicate, because we were looking this year at a significant premium increase for our medical expenses and want to keep the cost down as much as we can for the district as well as for the employees. Just wanted to share or continue to echo that I'm glad we're doing this because it's nice to see, and hopefully it will play a role in keeping our costs down.
I appreciate you mentioning that, and I will say, I provided for you what Cordova provided for us, but then I went back after Jeff touched base with me after your conversation. I did reach out to Cordova and to get a little bit more facts, and they said it looks like Vernon Hills Park District exceeds what other participating agencies do as far as CAP. So that's a good sign for our district taking advantage of that with our benefit eligible employees. Paderma, on average, incentive payouts are $239 for participants. Vernon Hills Park District is up at $359, so that shows a little bit more. So I am happy to say that it's a benefit offered, but also a benefit that employees are taking advantage of.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Any other questions for Jessica? Thank you very much. Next up is Marketing and Communications Manager Cheryl Buin. Cheryl?
Good evening, everyone. Our fall program guide is in its first draft stage. It's scheduled to be mailed to Vernon Hills residents the week of July 23rd. I just wanted to share with you that over the past 3 guides, we were trying to eliminate pages, which we have, and we added more QR codes. Some were for facilities, some were for programs. And feedback we received, mostly from speaking with our front desk staff, is that some people really want the program information, meaning the time, the date, where it's located. They do want that. They don't want to look at a guide and then go get their cell phone and hover over it. So going forward for our larger programs, we are going to be putting the detailed information back in, and we are working with staff closely to try to really not change, but make our descriptions shorter, but get the same amount of information out. So just rewriting some of our descriptions and still trying to keep the pages to a little bit more of a minimum. So again, that will be coming out the week of July 23rd. As far as email marketing, we're focused on Turtle Creek Water Park, so there was an email go out letting people know to still buy their early bird season passes. And in that email, the email that went out yesterday, I believe, was about the opening day. We are telling people that we do have our lazy river, we do have our slides. You know, there was a little confusion for some people that we were not having that. So we are getting the word out again. In addition to, we have new banners hung up on the fences outside to let people know that we do have the lazy river, we do have our pools, and we do have the slides. So we're hoping everybody will join us on the 1st. It'll be a nice warm summer day. beginning June 1st, we'll have our Groupon to Turtle Creek Water Park. It is 2 daily non-resident passes offered for $18. You could purchase them June 1st through June 30th, and they are valid to use through August 11th. Our murals, I hope you've seen the one that's done. It's, you can see it from here. Our artist is working on the inside. There's a different type of mural she's working on. It's on a brick wall inside the Bobo's concession area. It's really bright and pretty, and I think our visitors to Turtle Creek will really enjoy the new artwork that they'll see over there. We have a marketing intern beginning June 3rd through July 6th. Her name is Mary Daniels. She's from the University of
Mizzou.
Missouri. We can say that. We all know that college. Anyway, she'll be working 2 days per week in marketing, and then she'll also be working at Turtle Creek Water Park. And July 4th parade, we're going to have some type of a Turtle Creek Water Park theme to our flatbed float. We just put it out to staff, and it's the turtle squirts that you see there. So we're really going full force with our Turtle Creek Water Park, letting everybody know that we're here. We have our first community outreach, our Time to Play program. It's going to be Wednesday, May 29th from 10:30 to noon in Deer Path Park at the little shelter across from Kids Castle. We'll be making a turtle button craft. Everybody's welcome to attend. It's free. Over the past month, there was a 22% increase in users for a total of over 11,000. Top pages visited is always the home, but then Turtle Creek Water Park, people are interested in it, VHAC, and our craft beer tasting. And for social media, we had an increase of 130% over the previous month in our video views. And viewers are very interested in the Turtle Creek Water Park mural painting. Cassie's done some nice job working with the artist of how she does her work. Our top posts for our district website, Instagram, was Loop the Lakes and the Turtle Creek Water Park mural video. And for Lakeview Fitness, it was a 10 miles with style and the body combat patio selfie. And that is my report for the evening. If you have any questions.
Any questions for Cheryl?
Yes.
Commissioner Sante?
I just wanted to say that I'm glad we have a marketing intern or an intern in any department. I know that that's a good way to get people to come back. So I hope we're making her aware of all the benefits of the park and recreation industry.
She will be moving around to different departments also.
Oh,
and
great.
doing projects. Yeah, that was part of her curriculum. There's certain things she had to do and work with those departments. So she'll get, over her 2 months here, she'll get, I think, a really good idea of what apprenticeship's all about.
Okay. And the other comment was more about that QR code. I know, different people want an actual brochure, but maybe some don't. And as our industry in general experiments with that, because it is still a significant cost and our community is asking us to reduce our costs, I thought it might be, I'm glad to see, I think we all are, that we continue to experiment with that and get that right. Maybe it's print less viewer brochures so that people can pick up when they want them. But I like the idea of experimenting and getting the feedback from the community when we've gone too far or what they need.
Yeah, we're not going to eliminate the QR codes. There's just some programs we're going to put the more detailed information back in.
Okay.
Some of our larger programs where they really just want to see the days and the times and things like that. So
Okay.
our front desk is doing a good job keeping us informed of what the needs are.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
You're welcome.
Next item is the Facilities Manager, Lacey Marinenko.
Good evening. Facility attendance was 1,068 individuals who attended the facility, accumulating a total of 8,791 visits. Total annual and monthly memberships, they currently total 1,376. The summer education pass is currently on sale. We've sold over 30 passes so far, and the sale is ongoing until July 1st. Our leads for the month of April totaled 48 with 10 sales, so our conversion rate is about 21%. Our three most popular membership packages are currently the monthly individual, the monthly add-on, and the senior individual. Our next member appreciation day is June 14th, and Lakeview Fitness is open for Memorial Day. We are open from 7 a.m. to noon. For programming, the summer group exercise schedule is out. It's published, it's in the app, and we do have them printed out at the front desk. So it's effective June 3rd. And we will have water aerobics out at Turtle Creek Water Park again this summer, which begins June 4th with Nancy Cranberg. Classes will be held Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. And then we have the next 8-week session of Fit for Life, which begins June 6th with personal trainer and life coach Leslie Jones-Beatty. And then this year is the 9th year for the Mighty Kids Triathlon. Like I've reported before, we're bringing it back to Lakeview Fitness, so we'll be at the indoor pool and then out in Deer Path Park. So we're looking forward to that kicking off again in a couple weeks. And then we have a new program called 10 Miles with Style, which kicks off June 16th. So this is a program that will help runners prepare for the Alpine 10-miler in August. Coach Jason Chambers is in charge of that program again. And then our next Lakeview Running Crew will be taking place June 18th, so this is kicking off the summer series. After their run, they will be meeting in Melody Farm at Slice Pizza. And that concludes my report, unless there's any questions.
I have one question, sorry.
Commissioner Sente?
You talk about what our new members or member usage rate is, and then that got me wondering what our dropout rate is. Hopefully it's 0, but you know, that's impossible, but just wondering, and do we track that and maybe even how that compares, if there's an average in the industry or anything like that?
So yes, according to IRSA, the International Health Racket and Sports Club Association, the average is 71.4%. So we are right in. Oh, no, that's our retention rate. Sorry, that's the retention rate.
That's pretty bad. Okay, retention.
Yeah, so we are hovering right around there. So our annuals have the higher retention rate. They're somewhere between 74 and 78%. And then our monthlies are somewhere between like 68, 69%. So it kind of drops it down a little bit, but it brings us right around that 71%. So
Okay.
we're right on target.
Thank you.
Summer education passes. Essentially, that's high school and college age.
It is mostly, but it is also available for anybody who works at an educational institution.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And help me understand and correct me if I miss this, is Alpine 10 miler. Is that ours?
No,
Didn't
no,
think
we
so.
don't have a 10 miler, so we do.
What is the Alpine 10 miler?
That is a really good question.
The Lake Zurich Running Club sponsors this event annually.
Gotcha.
And if you'd like to run with your fellow commissioners, please join us.
Bruce, you're running?
I don't know if I can do 10 miles.
Thank you, Lacey, appreciate it.
Cheering you on.
Next is Executive Director Jeff Boucher. Jeff?
Okay, I'm also gonna pitch it, Tom's son is graduating tonight, high school, so
Oh.
that's why he's not here. And Mark had a planned vacation, so,
You're 3
I
people.
reminded Mark, plan your vacations around board meetings, not during them. But anyway, so I'm gonna give you some updates from both of them. I'm gonna start with Mark. So the bathhouse, if you go across the street, we are working, Camosi Construction is just redoing that whole front entrance, painting. They did some concrete work, some of the window vents, better insulation, painting the inside of the locker rooms, and then just front desk, appearance. So we're a week away from just about opening, and they'll be done. And so we're excited about just seeing the improvements there. And I think I've at least invited all of you. I will be out next week, but I encourage you, if you want to come by during the week, we can arrange for you to go check things out, and even the spray ground, which I'll touch on in a minute. The Hartman Park project, drive by there, you can see a lot of demolition, a lot of excavation, the parking lots, the paths. They've laid out where the new basketball court is going to go. So a lot of really, and then obviously the playground is under construction. We just received yesterday the play equipment, so that's on site, and then they'll start installing that. So with that, you know, to have maybe a July meeting out there might not be a really bad idea. The playground will likely be done before the end of June, but some of the other components of the project will still continue on until through July. But we certainly, when that playground is done, we want to open it, you know, if we can safely, just to get people out there. But that project's going well. Hawthorne Melody Playground, very likely by this time next week that'll be open. And so we'll be sending notices, and you don't even have to send notices. People walk by it and they just, you know, they see it. But I think some of you recall when we were at the national conference, some of the play equipment that we really liked, and they put it in place over there, and it's really going to look cool. Great color selection too there. So Turtle Creek Water Park also, Cheryl alluded to a lot of marketing that we're doing on that, but also with the spray ground, when that opens, and if it stays open post-season, we've got to have some additional gates to block off people. And so we just installed a couple of gates this past week. So when the new entrance is going to be at the far end, but then once you come in, we cannot permit people to kind of hang a right, if you will, and go into the main pool. That's got to be closed off because we don't have it guarded. And usually we keep water in the pool for about a week to 10 days after we close. And a lot of it is just because of mechanical issues that we got to address with leaks or something to that effect. So that's a safety issue that we'll address. And I'm sure Amy, our risk manager, is going to make sure we're very compliant with that. And so I'm going to say this, and I'm hoping you all knock on wood with me, because at this time, the lazy river and the plunge pool, the water is full, it's circulating. We've had 0 pump problems. The temperature in the front half of the pool has been circulating for over a week. It's currently 83 degrees in that water. And so
Let's go swimming.
I just cannot say enough about Dave Swike and what I mean, he's doing 12, 14-hour days every day of the week to get things up and running properly. And so we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that, you know, this time last year, if you remember, we had that pump break, and we were down for almost the whole month of June. So right now things are looking good. So that's happening there. The holiday tree that we went in cooperation with the village, they moved that program over to Century Park South. So if you were out there at the craft beer event over the last weekend, that tree's it's installed, and it's a nice size evergreen. It will continue to grow, but that's a program that the village does every year around Thanksgiving weekend, and we also celebrate all the other, you know, we have a menorah out there. We celebrate Kwanzaa and a couple other things that they do from just but nice. Now having that restroom there that we'll be able to keep open during the winter, that was an investment we did, and having it heated will just hopefully, you know, keep people there for quite a while. You've got several recommendations on your agenda tonight that Mark put in his report. Tom's report, we talked about just opening June 1. Really happy to say that we're fully staffed right now at Turtle Creek, and that is a lot of kudos to Robert Wood and what he has done. I mean, literally a month ago we had 40 lifeguards, and yesterday we now have 80.
Wow.
So within a 30-day period, you know, he's able to get people on board. And I can tell you with certainty, our neighbors all around us are not even close to getting to full capacity. So we've said this many times before you, it's because they love Robert. I mean, what he does in coaching those kids, turtles, and he gets them, you know, at a younger level to say, hey, Janice, you're a great swimmer. By the way, you want to come work for us this summer? And they just adore him, and they will. And that's how we are able to retain a lot of our employees there. And he does a terrific job on that. Kids Fishing Day is June 15th. Same day as the Mighty Kids Triathlon. So we'll have two competing events going on. And that's at Century Park by the boat dock. That's from 9 to noon for any of the public. We got two Lick and Float events at the Turtle Creek Water Park, one on June 26th and then one on July 24th. And then our free movies in the park return to Deer Path Park this summer. Our first movie will be Wonka, and that's scheduled for Friday, June 28th. And again, that's down at the kind of the Warrington Park, the far north end of the park. And then, on Tom's report, we had a very successful, our first ever wine tasting at Vernon Hills Days last year. We had close to 200 people that bought tickets and participated, so we encourage people. We're going to be doing that again on the Saturday of Vernon Hills Day. That's Saturday, July 20th. That's from 3 to 7 p.m. And our main sponsor of that is the Liquor Barn. We currently have, I think Tom told me last, I think he said there's 12 different wine vendors that we have scheduled right now, and they usually each have a few different tastings. Next month, outdoors, Ken Shafkus will be back. He was here last month, but there isn't a lot of, I'll say, really colorful improvements, things that we can give you. He's going to be putting a drone together in the next few weeks when we start actually putting some of the play equipment and installed, so that it'll give you a nice optic and visual. Unfortunately, we're outdoors, and so we can't provide, an audio-visual component to it, but we're going to get that to the board before the meeting so you can see what's happening. And then he'll be attending our June meeting, which, by the way, is a Wednesday night, June 26th. Just remember that. And he'll report on, just kind of, at that point, I would hope prior to that meeting, we'll have a much more solid date when we think that the spray ground will be open. And then we'll work with Cheryl and Cassidy and the board in terms of putting together a ribbon cutting, grand opening ceremony with that, okay? I don't think it's gonna be July 4th, okay? So it'll probably be shortly after that. That's all I have. I'd be happy to answer any questions for anybody.
Any questions for Jeff?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Being as there are no commissioner committee reports or communications to be heard, there is no board correspondence to be heard at this time, and there's no unfinished business. We are efficient. The first item of new business is the 2024-2025 board officer elections. Executive Director Fougeroux, or actually Secretary Fougeroux, if you'd like to take over.
So let me start with, this is for the office of Park Board President. I would ask for any nominations from the dais for the office of Park Board President.
I'd like to nominate Dave Dorhofer for president.
Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations to be heard from the dais? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs? Yes. Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhofer?
Yes, and thank you.
Next would be for nominations from the dais on any positions for office of Park Board Vice President.
I would like to nominate Commissioner Sente for that position.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Any other nominations to be heard from the dais? Hearing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs? Yes. Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhofer?
Yes,
Congratulations to you two.
thank you. Next item on the agenda for new business is the 2024 board officer appointments. May I have a motion to appoint Executive Director Fougeroux as the board secretary, Superintendent Jessica Mitchell as the board treasurer, and Tressler LLP as the board attorney?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhofer?
Yes. Next item is the 2024-2025 board member liaison appointments. I'd like to ask Commissioner Jacobs to continue as the 73 liaison. Vice President Sente and myself as the Village of Vernon Hills liaisons. Commissioner Geraldo, if you could continue to serve as the Park Advisory Committee, please. Commissioner Robbins as the Audit Committee. And Vice President Sente as the Board Development Committee. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The next item of new business is ordinance 0424, an ordinance making a combined annual budget and appropriation of funds for the Vernon Hills Park District for the fiscal year beginning June 1, 2024, and ending May 31, 2025. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 0424?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo? Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The next item of new business is the 2024 through 2028 capital improvement plan adoption. May I have a motion to approve the 2024 through 2028 capital improvement plan?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The next item of new business is the 2024 Spa and Steam Retile Bid Award. May I have a motion to award this project to Iscalus American Floor Show out of Gurnee in the amount of $66,400.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. How many bidders did we have on this, roughly?
4.
4. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The next item of new business is the 2024 Fairgrounds Pavilion Concrete Bid Award. May I have a motion to award this project to Shafkus Brothers Incorporated out of Wheeling for the amount of $72,700?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. This is the area that's currently right in the middle of Century Park where we do the Rib Fest / Summer Celebration, Vernon Hills Days now, I'm sorry. And we're taking up all the pavers and putting down concrete so we get rid of the trip hazards and perfect. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs? Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The next item of new business is the Lakeview Fitness roof replacement. May I have a motion to award this project to Anthony Roofing in the amount of $458,136?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Okay.
Commissioner Robbins?
Hey, so I'm looking at the bids that we got, and boy, they're substantially different. I just want to make sure, I mean, this is $429,000, one bid was $1.5 million, another bid $690,000. I just want to make sure that their bid, Anthony Roofing, includes everything that needs to be done, and there's no add-ons and.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Every vendor, we had a pre-construction meeting. This particular contractor is part of this Omnia. You saw the support documentation. Omnia is a cooperative program that's national that we subscribe to. You may see things called Sourcewell as well. We are a member of them. And so what they do on a national level is they vet all these contractors. So Anthony Roofing has been vetted through them. We've had our attorney review all the documents. Omnia is supportive of Anthony Roofing that, you know, they were the low bidder on a national level. Yeah, it's surprising when that other contractor came in over $1 million. I also want to add that this is part of a DCEO grant we got for $500,000 for that particular. So all of this particular project is covered through a grant, and so it's no cost to the district at all. We have a
Have we received the grant?
we have not, what you have to do,
You
you have to do the work, and then
And
you
we'll get
submit.
wow.
Yeah. you
Okay,
submit.
great.
Yep. So we actually, besides when you saw the 429 roofing, we added some additional cage supports, which are basically rooftop unit windscreens, if you will, to protect from the elements. We added that to the project because we have 500,000.
So is
available
that
to
all
us.
in the 429,000 bid?
It's in 458, 136 is the.
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Okay.
Is the total.
That's great.
Commissioner Sente?
I just wanted to add, I called executive director about this too. It was interesting that the same roofing company, their number was much more in line for the second roofing project, and they're two different types of roofs. So sometimes organization is less interested in a certain type of project, and their bid might go up for a variety of different reasons or the complexity. But I feel like because of the vetting that we did, the careful vetting that we did, but also two of the numbers are close together. That one's the wild card, and we're, of course, not picking that one. So just good job, staff.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The next item of new business is the Sullivan Center roof replacement. May I have a motion to award this project to Anthony Roofing in the amount of $317,000?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Yes.
Commissioner Geraldo?
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins?
Yes.
Vice President Senti?
Yes.
President Dorhoeffer?
Yes. The final item of new business is the June 2024 proclamation recognizing June as Pride Month. Whereas the Vernon Hills Park District is a welcoming and inclusive community that recognizes equality for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer or questioning, the LGBTQ+ community, and whereas all patrons of the Vernon Hills Park District deserve a safe place to recreate, where they are welcome, accepted, supported by family, friends, neighbors, and whereas the Vernon Hills Park District celebrates diversity within our community, recognizing that each individual's unique contribution makes our community stronger, and whereas the Vernon Hills Park District accepts and respects its residents regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity, and whereas the Vernon Hills Park District believes all residents deserve to feel valued, safe, empowered, and supported by their neighbors and the community leaders, and whereas June is annually celebrated as Pride Month to commemorate the Stonewall Uprising in 1969, considered the catalyst of the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement. Now therefore, be it resolved by the President and the Park Board of Commissioners for the Vernon Hills Park District that June is hereby proclaimed and shall henceforth be recognized annually as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer or questioning LGBTQ+ Pride Month at the Vernon Hills Park District. Be it further resolved that it is encouraged that all members of the Vernon Hills community eliminate prejudice wherever it exists by accepting all residents as equal and by honoring our great diversity through celebrating our LGBTQ+ friends and neighbors. Proclaim this day, the 23rd of May, 2024, David Dorhoeffer, President, Vernon Hills Park District. And Jeff Fougeroux, Secretary. With that being said, Commissioner comments. Commissioner Sente.
I have three quick thank yous. Although I wasn't here last month, I know Commissioner Robbins did a great job leading the meeting and you guys, but it's thanks to the Decennial Committee members for their opinions and their continued involvement, and I know I speak on behalf of all of us. The second is the new additional partnership with the village for the concrete work and doing all that at our shared facility. It's our park, but we do so much in tandem there. And I think we all know how important it is that we're doing things with other governmental entities and saving taxpayer money. And then very special thanks to the community for filling out the survey and giving us information so we can move forward with that information. So thank you.
Very nice. Commissioner Robbins?
I just want to congratulate Commissioners Durhofer and Sente for their continued officer positions.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you. Commissioner Geraldo?
Nothing for me.
Commissioner Jacobs?
Nothing for me.
I echo what Commissioner Sente said. I thank you all for your trust in me to run the meetings moving forward. And lastly, I'd just like to say that unfortunately, one of the members of the Vernon Hills community, Officer Weber from the Vernon Hills Police Department, unexpectedly lost her husband very recently. The Vernon Hills Park District kindly provides our prayers and supportive thoughts to her family during this time of need. So if you have a chance to interact or reach out to the police department, our thoughts and prayers are with Officer Weber. So, and with that, could I have a motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Illinois Opens Meeting Act to discuss personnel matters?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Geraldo. Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Robbins. Vice President Senti.
Yes.
President Dorhofer.
Yes. We are adjourned to closed session.